Hello students, welcome to Sreenath. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter, that is components of food. It is from CBSE 6th class 2nd chapter. Okay, it is from CBSE syllabus 6th class science subject 2nd chapter. Okay, the chapter name is components of food. What is the name of the chapter? That is components of food. Okay, this is the chapter name. Okay, how many topics we are having in this chapter? We are having 4 topics. Okay, we are having 4 topics. Now we are going to have an overview of all the 4 topics. After that we will discuss each topic in detail. Okay, now let us join with us. Now let us come with me to see all the topics. Okay, the first topic is what do different food items contain? The first topic is what do different food items contain? This is the first topic. What are the components of a food? What are the different components of a different delicious foods? Okay, and in the topic we are going to perform some tests, basically the test for starch, so that we can know there is carbohydrates, there is starch or not in the food, and test for protein, and test for fats. All these tests we are going to learn how to perform those steps, and how to perform those steps we are going to learn about that in the first topic. Now we are coming to the second topic. What it is? What do various nutrients do for our body? What do various nutrients do our body? This is the second topic. What are the various nutrients in our body and what they will do to our body? We are going to learn all about this. Okay, the next one is the third topic, which is nothing but the balanced diet. This is the third topic. What is meant by diet and what is meant by balanced diet, and what is called the unbalanced diet. If we have to take balanced diet, what must be in our food? We are going to learn about this. And finally, that is deficiency diseases. It is the fourth topic. What are the diseases caused when we didn't take proper food, when we didn't take balanced diet? That is the deficiency diseases. Okay, after that there are keywords and summary. Our chapter will be completed. So without wasting time, now we will start our session. Okay, now we will start our session. We have 4 topics. How many topics? 4 topics. First we have brief introduction. After that we will discuss each topic in detail. Okay, now components of food. This is the today's chapter we are going to learn. Normally, what does a meal contains? Here, if you see in this image, it is the chapati, and this is the dal, and this is a brinjal curry. Normally, in the northern India, what does meal contains? A meal contains a chapati and a dal or brinjal curry. What does a meal contain in southern India, especially in Andhra? What are those in those meal? That is rice and the sambar and a vegetable preparation of and the vegetables. Okay, and in addition to it, there must be appadam or fish curry and vegetables like that. These are there in the southern India. Chapati, dal and brinjal curry in the northern India. These are commonly present in our food items. But why? After completing this chapter, we will know why we are following that diet, why we are having those food items daily in our life. Okay, now before starting our first topic, we have seen what are the common food items in our day-to-day life. Okay, now what is the first topic is? First topic is what do different food items contain? What do different food items contain? Okay, we will know that food is prepared using different types of ingredients. And those ingredients are from either plants or animals. Okay, those ingredients are from either plants or animals. So we are preparing food using ingredients, and those ingredients are from plants or animals. Until now we have studied in the first chapter. Now what we are going to learn, that is the ingredients contain some components. Basically, the ingredients contain some components that are needed by our body. These components are called nutrients. Okay, nutrients. What is meant by nutrients? Nutrients are nothing but the food components. What are those? Food components. Food components. There are certain nutrients in the there are certain components in the ingredients which are needed by our body. Okay, nutrients, some components that are needed by our body. Nutrients are nothing but the components which are needed by our body. Okay, the basic nutrients, but the basic nutrients in our day-to-day life, or the basic nutrients are carbohydrates. What are those? Carbohydrates. The basic nutrients in our food are carbohydrates. First one is carbohydrates, next one is proteins. Next one is the fats. It is also the basic food component which is needed by our body. We call it as the nutrients. The next one is the vitamins. Next one is the minerals. Apart from these nutrients, our body also need dietary fibers and water also. Dietary fibers and water. So basically food is coming from ingredients, and those ingredients are having some food components. Those food components we called as nutrients. What are those food components? Those food components are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and some dietary fibers and waters. All these are called the nutrients. They are needed by our body. Our body needs all these nutrients to grow, to live healthy, to have a strong life, strong body. Okay, so finally we have understood about the nutrients. Nutrients are the food components which are present in the ingredients which are needed by our body. What are the common food components or the common nutrients? They are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, dietary fibers and water. Okay, now we are taking so much of food, so much of different types of food. If you have a doubt, or if you want to know my food item is having these nutrients or not, if you want to have a doubt, and if you want to check whether my food item is having carbohydrates or not, whether my food item is having proteins or not, whether my food item is having fats or not, whether my food item is having vitamins or minerals or not, can I check it? Yes, you can check it. Now I will help you to check your food is having these nutrients or not. How I am helping you means I will give you some examples. I will give you some explanation, and I will introduce you some tests. By doing those tests, by performing those tests, you can find out that that carbohydrates or proteins or fats are present in your food or not. By performing those steps, you can easily find that carbohydrates or proteins or fats are present in your food or not. So without wasting time, I will help you how to do those steps. So carefully listen all those steps, and after listening all those steps, try to perform those steps to find out whether your food is containing carbohydrates or not, whether your food is containing proteins or not, whether your food is containing fats or not. Okay, now we will begin our tests. First one is the test for starch. Basically starch, carbohydrates contain starch. Here it is. The main carbohydrates found in our food are in the form of starch and sugars. Carbohydrate is in the form of starch and sugar. So first test for carbohydrates. That is nothing but test for starch. Why? Because carbohydrates is in the form of starch in our body. Okay, or in the form of starch in food items. So now, before going to start the tests, before going to know the tests, we need some items before doing tests. We need some solutions. If you have those solutions ready made, you can use. Otherwise, I will help you how to prepare those solutions. Here is the a dilute solution of iodine. How to prepare iodine dilute solution? A dilute solution of iodine can be prepared by adding few drops of tincture iodine to a test tube half filled with water. Take a test tube and pour water until half. Make it half filled and add few drops of tincture iodine. Add few drops of tincture iodine to a test tube which is having half filled water. Then a dilute solution of iodine will be prepared. Now copper sulfate solution. How to prepare copper sulfate solution? This can be prepared by dissolving 2 grams of copper sulfate in 100 ml of water. Take a test tube, take 100 ml of water and take 2 grams of copper sulfate. So copper sulfate in those water, then you will get the copper sulfate solution. Now how to prepare? 10 grams of caustic soda dissolved in 100 ml of water makes the required solution of caustic soda. How to prepare the caustic soda solution? It is very easy. Take 10 grams of caustic soda in 100 ml of water in a test tube so that you can get the caustic soda solution. So before starting the test, don't forget to prepare all these solutions. Now we will start our test. Test for starch. How will we check for starch? Take a small quantity of food item or raw ingredient, put 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution. What is the solution? Dilute iodine solution. How it is prepared? It is in the first box. So in this way you have to prepare the iodine dilute solutions and add 2 or 3 drops. Add 2 or 3 drops of dilute solution to the food. That's it. If you observe any change in color, if it is turned from blue, it is turned to blue back, then your food is containing the starch. A blue-black color indicates that it contains starch. So if there is a blue-black color you are observing after adding 2-3 drops of iodine solution, if the food item is turned to blue-black color, then it contains starch. If it does not turn to blue-black color, then there is no starch. In this way you can find out, perform test for starch. Now the test for protein. How we will test for protein? It is somewhat complicated than the carbohydrates. So no problem, I will help you. At first, take a small quantity of a food item for testing. If the food item you want to test is a solid, you first need to make it a paste of it or powder it. So first take the food item in which you want to check whether there is a protein or not. Take that food item and if it is a solid, smash it, make it a powder. So at present you have to make a powdered food, or you have to make the food into a powder form. Okay, now what you have to do? Put some of these in a clean test tube and add 10 drops of water to it and shake the test tube. Okay, now what you have to do? First take the food item and powder it. First take the food item. If it is solid, powder it and add it in 10 ml of 10 ml or 10 drops of water. Finally, this is the test tube and this is the water, 10 ml water, and the powder of your food. In this way, at first you have to add 10 drops of water to your food powder and kept it in a test tube. Now what you have to do? Now using a dropper is like that. It is the image of the dropper. Okay, now using a dropper, what you have to do? Add 2 drops of solution of copper sulfate. Okay, you have to add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda solution. What are those 2 solutions? Copper sulfate solution and caustic soda solutions. What are those solutions? Copper sulfate. You have to remember it. Copper sulfate solution. And what next? That is caustic soda solution. How many drops? It is the 2 drops. It is 2 drops of copper sulfate, is the 10 drops of caustic soda to the test tube. So you have to add 2 drops of copper sulfate to the test tube and you have to add 10 drops of caustic soda to the test tube, and you have to shake it well. And after that, what you will observe? A violet color that due to the contents of the test tube turns. What you observe, the contents of the food or the test tube turns into violet color. If there is a violet color, then proteins are present in the given food. If you observe a violet color, then proteins present. Violet color, proteins are present. If there is no violet color, there is no proteins. Previously, if there is a blue black color, there contains a starch. Okay, this is the test for proteins. proteins. If you want to know how to prepare copper sulfate solution or caustic soda solution, I have previously explained, and there are here how to prepare the solutions. Okay, now how to test for fats. Take a small quantity of food item. It is very easy. Okay, take a piece of paper, take a piece of paper, and crush the take a piece of paper and crush it, wrap it in a piece of paper and crush it. So it is very simple. Take a paper, take a food item, and place that food item in the paper and wrap the paper over the food item and try to crush it. So finally, what you have observed, if you carefully observe, now open the paper. What will you observe? Do you have observed any oily patch? If you observe any oily patch, hold the paper against the light. You have to hold the, if you observe any oily patch, hold the paper against the light. Are you able to see the light faintly through this patch? Okay, if you open the paper that is oily patch, then you have to make a light on it. If the light transfers through the paper, it has to transfer through the paper. It has to be transfer light faintly. So faintly, no, not perfect transpiration. It must be light transpiration is sufficient. Then we can say the food is containing fats. One just simple thing is, when you eat any bhaji or any chili or any oily fat items, then your hands become oily, or the paper plate will become oily. This is the simple test. This is the simple thing that fats is present in those food item. So this is the simple test. Just take the food item and take the paper and wrap the food item with paper and crush it, and finally open the paper, place the light, hold the light in front of the paper, and if the light transfers faintly, then we say that food contains fats. Okay, that is the simple test for fats. Okay, there are also some nutrients like vitamins and minerals that are present in different food items. Why do we now need all these food items? Basically, we have done tests for carbohydrates, proteins and fats. There are some nutrients like vitamins and minerals. Does these required for our body? Why? How? In which way they are required for our body? Now we have completed our first topic. Now we are moving to the second topic. What is the second topic? What do various nutrients do for our body? Okay, what do various nutrients do for our body? We are going to learn about this. This is the second topic we are having. Okay, until now what we have studied: food, how is food prepared because of new ingredients, and those ingredients are containing some food components which are needed by our body, and those food components are nutrients, and we have seen what are the different types of nutrients, and we have performed some tests for those nutrients. Now what do various nutrients do for our body? So we have discussed what are the nutrients present in our body, and we have said that all those nutrients are required for our body. Now in which way they are helping to our body? In which way those nutrients are helping to our body? Now we are going to learn about this. Okay, basically carbohydrates mainly provide energy. So one thing I want to say is, fats and carbohydrates are all called energy giving foods. Why carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving foods? They gives more and more energy. In fact, fats give much more energy. Fats give much more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrates. Okay, fats, carbohydrates are called energy rich foods. What those called? Energy rich foods. There contains so much amount of energy, and in so much amount of energy. Fats are containing more energy than the carbohydrates. Okay, and now what about the proteins? Proteins are needed for the growth. And repair of our body. Proteins. What do proteins do? Proteins for repair of our body. and for to repair and for growth of our body or growth of our muscles, we need protein. So here are the diagrams. In these diagrams, here the first diagram, there are the some sources of carbohydrates. Okay, what are the sources of carbohydrates? These all these sources are, all these food items are having rich carbohydrates, which is sugar cane, sweet potato, papaya, watermelon, mangoes, maize, sugar cane, which is corn, wheat, rice, bajra. All these are rich in carbohydrates. All these are sources of carbohydrates. Then what are the sources of fats? It is the sunflower oil, mustard oil, coconut oil, soybean oil, nuts, groundnuts, till. All these are the sources of oils. All these are the plant-based, okay, plant-based oils, plant-based fats. Now these are the animal-based fats. What are those? That is meat, fish, ghee, milk, butter, cream, eggs. All these are the fats which are from animals. All these are the fats which are from plants. All these are the carbohydrates which are from plants. Okay, all these are the sources. Now all these are the sources of proteins which are from vegetables or plants. All these are sources of proteins which are from animals. What are the sources of proteins from plants? That is the gram, moong, peas, soya beans, beans. All the plant source protein foods. Here fish, meat, milk, eggs, paneer. All these are the animal sourced or animal based protein foods. Okay, now proteins are often called body buildings. Proteins are called proteins. What we called as proteins? Proteins as body building foods. What it is? Body building foods. We call proteins as body building foods. What we called fats and carbohydrates, they are called as energy rich foods. Proteins are called as body building foods. Okay, and in addition to these, we need some more vitamins and minerals and dietary fibers and water also. So now what vitamins help? How vitamins help? Vitamins help in protecting our body against diseases. Okay, vitamins, what are the major role of vitamins? How they help? They help to protect our body against diseases. Protect our body against diseases. So vitamins helps us help to protect our body against diseases. In order to fight against diseases, we need vitamins. Okay, and vitamins also key vitamins. What are those means? Vitamins helps in keeping our eyes good, bones, teeth and gums healthy. For the health of eyes, bones, teeth and gums, we need vitamins. Okay, there are different types of vitamins. Okay, vitamins. There are some type of vitamins. What are those? There is some of the different types of vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, okay, and vitamin E, vitamin K. These are the vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. These are the different types of vitamins. And there is a group of vitamins called B vitamins. Okay, B vitamins. In these are B vitamins. Okay, vitamin. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Okay, so in B complex we have some more B vitamins, so we called it as vitamin B or B complex vitamins. Okay, now what those vitamins do? Basically, vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. Okay, what does vitamin A keeps our eyes healthy? It makes our eyes healthy. Vitamin C helps to fight against diseases. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for calcium. Okay, vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. In order to build or develop bones and teeth, our body requires vitamin D. So that vitamin D will convert calcium into calcium for bones and teeth. If you didn't have vitamin D, but we are having plenty of calcium, so that our bones and teeth will not enough strong. So foods that are rich in different vitamins are shown here. Okay, what are the foods which are rich in vitamins? Okay, some sources of vitamin A. Vitamin A sources are these: milk, fish oil, papaya, carrot, mango. All these are the vitamin A source foods, vitamin A rich foods. Now vitamin B rich foods are wheat, liver, rice. All these are the vitamin B rich foods. And vitamin C rich foods are orange, guava, tomato, chili, lemon. All these are vitamin C rich foods. Now what are the vitamin D rich foods? Vitamin D is the milk, butter, fish, liver, eggs. All these are the vitamin D rich foods. Now our body prepares vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. Nowadays, insufficient exposure to sunlight is causing vitamin D deficiency in many people. Basically, vitamin D, we can get vitamin D from foods and also through sunlight. Okay, basically our body converts sunlight. By using sunlight, our body get vitamin D. So due to in present scenario, due to lack of proper sunlight on our body, we didn't getting some required vitamin D. So if possible, try to get under sun for at least 1 or 2 hours in a day, so that you will get enough vitamin D. Okay, now in addition to all these we are requiring dietary fibers and water also. One more thing I have to say to end my conclusion is, one particular nutrient may be present in much larger quantity than in others. What does it mean? If you take one food item, it has more than one nutrient. If you take one particular item, it has more than one nutrient. But some nutrients are in high quantity in food. Example, if you take rice, it has so many nutrients, but carbohydrates are in high quantity, which means carbohydrates are in high quantity in rice, but there are proteins and fats also and some other nutrients also in rice, but they are in the minor quantity. But rice having large amounts of carbohydrates. So some foods are having so many nutrients, but one component is major than are all other components in some foods. Okay, in addition to the all these nutrients, we also require dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers, we also call dietary fibers as roughages. They didn't have any nutrients, not provide any nutrients, but they are helpful to our body. How they are helpful to our body? They will help in the process of digestion. This helps our body to get rid of undigested food. So these dietary fibers helps our body to in digestion. This helps our body get rid of undigested food. So we need fibers also. Some sources of iodine. So these are the minerals. Okay, in addition to nutrients, vitamins, we are also some minerals. Iodine is a mineral, phosphorus is a mineral, iron is a mineral, calcium is a mineral. We need minerals in small quantity. Okay, basically rice is a carbohydrate rich source of food. What are the sources of iodine? The sources of iodine are ginger, fish, like that. The sources of phosphorus are banana, milk, rice, like that. The sources of iron are this apple, spinach, like mutton, like this. The sources of calcium are milk and eggs. So these are the minerals we need in very, very less quantity, but they are also very useful. We call those vitamins and minerals as micronutrients. We call carbohydrates, proteins and fats as macronutrients. Okay, now in addition to the dietary fibers, our body also wants water. What do water do? Water is required for our body. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. Okay, water helps us to absorb nutrients from food. So for the absorption of nutrients, we need water. Okay, it also helps in throwing out some waste items. So in our body there are so many waste minerals, waste items are there. Water helps to throw out some of those nutrients or minerals are from our body. It will flush out, it will throw out some of the unwanted minerals, waste materials, toxic materials from our body. In the form of sweat and urine, we will lose so many unwanted, unnecessary nutrients or any toxic materials or any radicals or anything which are not needed by the body are removed from our body with the help of water. So we have to drink water more, so that it helps in digestion, it helps in good health, it helps in supplying nutrients, it also helps in getting rid of the unwanted toxic materials. So water is also very helpful one. Finally, we have completed 2 topics. Now we are going to discuss the third topic, that is the balanced diet. Balanced diet. What is meant by diet? What is meant by diet? The food we normally eat in a day is our diet. Diet is nothing but the food we normally eat in a day. Whatever the foods you are eating in a day are together called as your diet. If your diet when we called as your diet as balanced food, if your diet or if the list of the food items you are eating in a day has all the nutrients, both macro and micronutrients, both carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, all these required dietary fibers and water, then we call it as a balanced food. Now for growth and maintenance of good health, our diet should have all the nutrients. So for growth, in order to growth and for good health of our body must have all vitamins, all minerals, all, in order to, in one word if you want to say it, to have all nutrients that are required by our body. So if you have all the nutrients in your diet, then we call it as balanced diet, balanced diet. Such a diet is called as balanced diet. Okay, the good diet, which is called, it is containing all nutrients. What are the nutrients? Those are carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, in addition to those some vitamins, some minerals and roughages and water. If we are having all these required nutrients, then we called it as a balanced diet. Okay, so people think that balanced diet is only possible for rich people. So it is not the correct statement. Why? Because we can get balanced diet at the cheaper rates also. Suppose if you eat pulses, groundnuts, soya beans, sprouted seeds, fermented foods, so South Indian fermented foods like idli, or combination of flours, bananas, spinach, sattu, jaggery, available vegetables and other such foods. If you eat all these foods are the very cheap foods. If you eat all these foods, then you will get all the nutrients, then your diet will be a balanced diet. So this is the cheapest balanced diet. So every person can afford balanced diet. It is not only meant for rich ones. So all these are the available at cheap rates, and all these, if you add all these items in your food, then diet will be balanced diet. Okay, now eating the food, right kind of food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly. So we have calculated all the nutrients, all the components, all the ingredients, and we planned to have all the nutrients in our food, and we are taking balanced diet. But just adding all the nutrients, just adding all the ingredients which are rich in nutrients to our food is not enough to get a balanced diet. Why? It means the way of cooking, the way of preparing the food items plays a key role in balanced diet. Why? Means while cooking, some nutrients will be lost. Some nutrients will be lost. So we have to cook properly. We have to select the ingredients, select the food items properly, and one more thing is we have to cook properly. If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, If the vegetables and fruits are washed, if you clean the vegetables or fruits after cutting, after peeling them, they will lose their nutrients. Okay, they will lose their nutrients. And if you overheat any food item, you will lose your nutrients. So the skin of many vegetables and fruits contain vitamins and minerals. Basically, the skin of many vegetables and fruits contain so many vitamins and minerals. Repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals. So repeated washing will remove some vitamins and minerals. So don't repeatedly wash your food items. Washing after cutting or peeling removes your vitamins or minerals from your body, so from your food, sorry. So don't wash after cutting or peeling. So don't repeatedly wash any food items. And repeated cooking also, heating also removes some food items, like vitamin C. If you heat, vitamin C will lost from the food items. So cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. So cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. So if excess water is used during cooking and is then thrown away, okay, many useful proteins and considerable amounts of minerals. So many proteins and considerable minerals are lost when you add so much of water while during cooking, and whenever you remove that water, so that so many proteins and all those will be removed from your food. So vitamin C is destroyed when you heating. So take care while preparing food. Preparing the food plays a key role in taking a balanced diet. So don't repeatedly wash anything, don't overheat, or don't clean, don't wash after cutting or peeling, or don't pour so much of water while cooking, and don't remove water after cooking. These are the precautions you have to take while cooking. If you take these precautions and you add what are the ingredients required to have the balanced diet, then your food become your balanced diet. Okay. Now previously I have told you that fats having so much of energy, then carbohydrates. Fats are having more energy than carbohydrates. Then this person thinks that I will only eat fats so that I will get energy. But is this a good idea? No, not at all. Why? He think like that and he eated so much of fats, and he has his weight increases. So then what is the problem he is suffering? He is suffering with a problem of obesity. What it is? Obesity. So don't eat too much of fat foods. They are injurious to your health. Okay, finally we have completed our third topic. Now we are going to learn the fourth topic. What it is? Deficiency diseases. What are the diseases we will get when we didn't take balanced diet, or when we didn't take the required nutrients in our food? If you didn't take required nutrients in our food which are required to our body, then our body will get some diseases. So what are those diseases we are going to learn? Okay, a person may be getting enough food to eat. He is getting enough food to eat, but sometimes that food may not contain a particular nutrient. But he is getting food, he is eating food, enough amount of food, but that food does not contain particular nutrient. Then what happens? If it repeats for a longer time, if this continues for a longer period of time, then what happens? Then the person may suffer from deficiency. What it is called? Deficiency, which means any particular nutrient is not given to the body for a longer period. If any particular nutrient is not given to your body, is you are not taking through our food for a long period, then you will get deficiency of that particular nutrient. Which means if you not taking vitamin A for a long time, we are called it as vitamin A deficiency. you are having vitamin A deficiency. Then what happens if you have vitamin A deficiency? If you have vitamin A deficiency, there are some diseases which will attack you. So we call it as deficiency diseases. Those diseases will attack you whenever there is a deficiency of a particular nutrient. So those we call as deficiency diseases. Okay, deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause diseases or disorders in our body. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period are called deficiency diseases. Okay, this is the definition of deficiency diseases. Diseases that attack you due to lack of one or more nutrients in your food and in your body are called deficiency diseases. Okay, if a person didn't have such enough proteins, what happened? His growth will be stunted, and his face will be swelling, and his discoloration, his hair will be discolored, and diarrhea and skin diseases will occur when there is a deficiency of protein. When there is a deficiency of both carbohydrates and proteins, he will be lean, he will be thin, and he is so weak he can't even move. He didn't have energy to move. So these are the effects due to the deficiency of carbohydrates and proteins. Deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also be result in certain diseases. If there is a deficiency of certain vitamins or certain minerals, they will also cause some diseases. We are going to know what all those diseases in the next page. Okay, all deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking a balanced food. This is the most important line. All deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking balanced diet. If you take balanced diet, then no deficiency diseases will attack you. So one thing you have to do is take deficiency food. Okay, here are the list of deficiency diseases and the causes and the symptoms. Here it is the vitamin A, vitamin B1, vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, iodine, iron. If you have vitamin A deficiency, if your body didn't have enough amount of vitamin A, what will affect means you will experience a loss of vision. You will lose your vision. So what are the symptoms? Poor vision. Your vision will be poor. Loss of vision in darkness. Okay, in darkness you can't see. Sometimes complete loss of vision, which means deficiency of vitamin A. Deficiency of vitamin A will cause poor loss of vision, or total loss of vision. So vitamin A deficiency causes the loss of vision. Vitamin B1 causes very weak muscles. What does it happens? We will get weak muscles and little energy. If you have vitamin C deficiency, you will get attacked by scurvy, which means bleeding gums, and wounds take longer time to heal. If you had any wound, it takes too much time to heal if you have a vitamin C deficiency. If you have a vitamin D deficiency, you will attacked by rickets. Due to this, your bones become soft and bent. So if you have calcium deficiency, your bone and teeth decay. So weak bones, tooth decay. If you have iodine deficiency, then you are attacked by goiter, which means glands in the neck area swollen, and mental disabilities also will occur. If you have iron deficiency, anemia, which means weakness, you will become too much weak. So these are the deficiency diseases caused when you have deficiency of these vitamins. So take a balanced diet, get rid of all the deficiency diseases. So our chapter is completed, students. We have completed all the 4 topics. Our chapter is completed. Give me a like, guys. We have completed our chapter. Now we will see the keywords. Balanced diet. If a food contains all the nutrients, we call it as balanced diet. Beriberi, it is a disease which is caused when vitamin B1 is deficiency. Carbohydrates are majorly in rice. Okay, it is the energy rich food. Energy we eat, so all food items to get energy, so that by having energy only we can do any works. Fats are basically energy rich foods. They have more energy than carbohydrates. These are the one of the major components of food. Minerals are the micro components. We have some of the minerals like iron, iodine. Like that, minerals also helps us in many ways. Okay, nutrients, the food components which are needed by our body are called nutrients. Proteins are called the body builders. Okay, they help to build our body. Roughages are also called as dietary fibers. Those helps to get rid of the indigestion food. They will help in digestion. Scurvy, it is a disease attacked when vitamin C, where there is a vitamin C deficiency. Starch, basically carbohydrates is in the form of starch. Vitamins, there are so many vitamins which are helpful to our body, and those deficiency will cause all these diseases. Okay, now we are going to the summary. The major nutrients in our food are, what are the major nutrients in our food? That are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. In addition to food also contains dietary fibers and water. Carbohydrates and fats are energy rich foods. Proteins and minerals are needed for growth and maintain our body health. Vitamins helps in protect the body against diseases. Balanced diet contains all the nutrients including vitamins and minerals and dietary fibers and water. Deficiency of one or more nutrients in a fruit during a long time causes diseases. Okay, finally you have completed our chapter. Now we are going to have a summary. Now we are going to have a summary of whole chapter. Okay, whole chapter. Okay, what is our chapter? Chapter is components of food. It is containing 4 topics. The first topic is what do different food items contain. Basically, food is prepared using ingredients. These ingredients are from plants and animals. Basically, ingredients are containing some food components which are required by our body for our health, for our health. So those food components which are required by our body are called as nutrients. What are the major nutrients in our body? Those are the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. In addition to these, dietary fibers and waters. Now we are going to have tests of carbohydrate test, protein test, fat test. By performing this test, we can check whether our food items containing carbohydrates or not. We can check whether our food items containing proteins or not. We can check whether our food item containing fats are not. When after the performing the test, if you see blue-black color, then we can say that our food containing starch. After performing protein test, if you observe violet color, then we will say our food containing proteins. After performing, if light passes through the paper, then faintly, then we say that our food contains fats. After that, the second topic, what do various nutrients do for our body? Okay, there are so many nutrients which are required for our body. In what way they are required for our body? What they will do to our body? Basically, fats and carbohydrates are energy rich foods. They give so much of energy, and fats are having more energy than carbohydrates, and proteins helps to repair our body and for growth. Okay, and proteins are also called as body building foods, and vitamins protect our body against diseases. And also there are different types of vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, some group of vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin K. Okay, deficiency of these vitamins cause some diseases. We are discussed it in the later. And we have seen the images, the common sources, carbohydrate sources. These are the fat sources. These are the protein source foods. These are the vitamin A source foods. These are the vitamin B source foods. This is the vitamin C source foods. This is the vitamin D source food. We can get vitamin D from sunlight also. It is the better way. Okay. And if you have one particular nutrient, suppose rice is having carbohydrates, it has major one. So if you have one particular nutrient in larger quantity, then we will say that as suppose for example we called rice is a carbohydrate rich source of food. In addition to all these nutrients, we have dietary fibers. We also call it as roughages. They will help get rid of undigested food. They will help in digestion. Okay, what are the sources of some minerals? These are the sources of iodine. These are the sources of phosphorus. These are the sources of iron. These are the sources of calcium. These are the minerals which we want in much lesser quantity to our body. In addition to all this, we require water. Water helps to absorb nutrients and to throw away unwanted and toxic waste from our body in the form of urine and sweat. Okay, after that we are going to the third topic, that is the balanced diet. When we called it as balanced diet, if you have all the nutrients, then we called it as the balanced diet. By eating pulses, groundnut, all these foods, we can get balanced diet with at the cheap cost. So balanced diet is affordable for poor people also. Okay, in the same way, if you want to prepare, if you want to take balanced diet, taking all these food items is the first step. The next step is how you are preparing all these food items is the major step. Why? Because while preparing food, so many vitamins, minerals will be lost. So take care must be taken while performing or while cooking the food. Okay, so you do not wash repeatedly, or do not wash after cutting or peeling off. Do not overheat, or do not pour excess of water and remove while cooking, and do not remove that water at the end. All these precautions you have to do while cooking water. If you not follow these precautions, what will happen? The nutrients will be lost from the food items, so that you didn't get a balanced diet. Eating fat rich foods gives more energy, but they are too dangerous to our body health, so we will get a disease of obesity. Finally, the deficiency diseases. If you have any if you not taking any particular nutrient for a longer time, then you are having deficiency of that particular nutrient. Deficiency of that particular nutrient we call, then deficiency of that particular nutrient will attack some diseases. So those diseases are called deficiency diseases. Deficiency diseases can be removed or can be prevented. Deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking balanced diet. What are the deficiency diseases? Here is the list of the deficiency diseases you will get when there is a deficiency of that particular nutrient. So have a good balanced diet. Don't smoke or don't drink or don't go to junk foods, don't go to fast foods, don't go to pastured and processed foods. Just try to eat natural food, and just try to eat good food from plant-based food and animal-based food, and don't overheat or don't wash or don't overcook any food items, so that and take and try to have all nutrients, all components in your daily diet, so that you will get a good balanced diet, and so that you have good balanced health, so that you have good balanced wealth, so that you have good balanced life also. So just enjoy learning, just eat healthy foods, just eat healthy diet, enjoy, be happy, do happy, live with satisfaction. So these are my conclusion words. Now I am closing my video. So one more thing I have to say is, if you really like this session, give me a like, share the videos with your friends and with your colleagues, with your relatives also. Finally, don't forget to subscribe. Sreenath. Have a good day. Bye bye.